Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. It's a St. Paddy's Day special. Time for the NBA and a little wearing green. It's the Miami Heat facing off against Kyle Lowry and the Toronto Raptors. Enjoy the first half.
We hope you're wearing the green today on this special presentation of the NBA on St. Patrick's Day. This is Kevin Harlan with my partners Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. Doris Burke is on the sideline. Welcome to the Air Canada Centre, home of the Toronto Raptors, and a great venue for basketball. And with the worst record in the NBA, they simply don't have the talent to win that many ball games.
And this one's about pride, guys, because if you lose this one, you will have lost all three matchups for this club this season. They're trying to avoid that sweep for sure.
Steve, no question about that. I mean, just for the sake of confidence going forward, it's important they prove to themselves they can beat this team. It would be very demoralizing if they finish the season 0-3 against this group.
All right, presented by State Farm, let's take a look at the Miami starting five. Mario Chalmers and Dwayne Wade, the tandem in the backcourt. Tiger is out there with Smooth, and it's Bosh in at the 3 slot. And for Toronto, Lowry and Fields are at the 1 and 2. Michael Pietrus is out there with Patrick Patterson, and it's Spates in at the 5, roaming the paint. And so here's Toronto, the Heat getting the bucket. Pietrus dishes to Spates, passes it to Fields. Offline from the top of the key. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against Charlotte.
And Kevin, the starters didn't have too much pressure on them in that game because of how effective the bench guys were.
And another thing getting all those quality minutes from the reserves did was keep their starting 5 fresh for the second half.
Here's Patterson. Heat knocking down the tray. And Fields kicks to Lowry. It's blocked. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Tries to save it. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. The dish now to Chalmers. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Patterson.
Well, guys, Eric Spoelstra is really a young coach, but he's worked his way up from video coordinator to being one of the outstanding head coaches in the league. To be where he is, coaching one of the very elite teams in the NBA in Miami. You couldn't ask for a better position or a better opportunity. And I really have great respect and admiration for the way he's handled that and grown into that position. One of the better stories in the league in my mind.
He'd have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game.
Yeah, they did everything well in that game. Solid across the board, particularly at the offensive end.
Yeah, the definition of teamwork, Steve. Communication, passing, catching cleanly. They worked extremely well together all game long.
Well, you talk about the job that Eric Spoelstra has done for the Heat, Clark. A young coach, certainly, but he's earned the opportunity to coach this roster. And he's shown that he's up to the task. One of the brightest young coaches in the game.
Both free throws good from Wade.
It's been 4 years now and counting for the Raptors since they made the playoffs. Overall, the franchise found their way into the playoffs early, but it's been hard getting back there recently.
That one goes. Count.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
Goes up on the high post, and the jumper is on the mark.
Nice job there. He knows how to get that ball in the bucket, doesn't he, guys?
And with so many stars coming and going, Bosh and Tracy McGrady, it seems each time, Steve, that Toronto gets a team that can make the playoffs, they lose their centerpiece.
Yeah, that's going to be important in the future. Can they?
Oh, get it! Oh, watch out now. Now we're cooking with gas, partner. My goodness.
A breathtaking display of aerial supremacy, no doubt.
It's almost unfair, guys. I mean, when you can get up that high, that's crazy.
Patterson setting the pick for Peaches. That drops.
See the pick there. Got him wide open all the way to the rim.
The Heat leading by 3. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, here's what the Raptors head coach had to say when we spoke earlier. We talked about Chris Bosh, and he talked about the skill set and what makes him so difficult to guard. He told me he's very slippery in the post. You think you have him contained, and he'll just wiggle around his guy for a layup. He can never act as if he has nowhere to go down low. He finds space and room all the time. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Lowry gets a screen from Patterson. And it's Lowry penetrating. The stupendous finish in traffic.
And defensively, you want to keep the ball as far away from the hoop as possible.
Yeah, because he's too good inside, Steve. I mean, he'll make you pay every time in there. He's a bit short for the power forward spot, but his great leaping ability more than makes up for it.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto. Home court didn't seem to help any last time they met. We'll see if it makes a difference this time.
And in that first matchup, they got absolutely manhandled on the board. So they're going to have to do a much better job tonight in the paint if they're going to win this game.
Luol Deng is checked in for Geiger. Raptors trail by 5. Now, here is Lowry. He really played well in that last game against Charlotte. And Spates backing in. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Back to what Steve just said, in terms of rebounding, they did not have a good time of it when they spurred off previously.
And once things started to go bad for them, guys, and they did go bad, I mean, they were that much less aggressive on the glass, and that's a no-win formula.
Fields, Wade is covering. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Chalmers running. And there's Dwayne Wade on the assist by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists now in this one. He dishes it to Spates. Rebound by the Heat.
Great defense in the paint there, making it tough on the offense.
That's what he brings, a presence. I mean, you saw it on that miss.
It's getting late in the season. Let's now see the standings out east. Taking a look at Miami. And, of course, the Raptors. Not really any threat right now, is their record showing a lot more losses.
Checking out Miami, they've been taking care of business all season long and very much looking forward to the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, the regular season is a marathon. They've tallied a great record to this point, but really, it's all about positioning and preparing themselves for the postseason.
The Heat have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
Yeah, this is a very good free throw shooting team, guys. I mean, you look at the numbers, impressive.
And the word is they challenge each other, guys. I mean, each and every one of them to improve their free throw shooting in the offseason. Held each other accountable in that area. And now you see the results individually and as a whole.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. And then for Miami, Josh McRoberts has checked in for Bosh. Beasley comes in for Smooth. And Peck subbed in for Mario Chalmers. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
So it's Toronto now. A 12-point game. And the Raptors call time here.
Yeah, he is none too pleased with the play of his club out there. And it looks like they need a little time to get things sorted out here.
I don't know of any coaches that would be too happy if they just saw their team give up a run like this one.
And the Raptors with some changes. Blazes checked in for Williams. Pietrus comes in for Vasquez. And it's Lowry in for John Lucas. Smooth checked in for the Heat. Red comes in for Dwayne Wade. Here is Ross. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Kicks it to Lowry to end the run. And good on the basket. Looking. Lowry's got 5.
Well, he can shoot the three. We know that. But I'm not sure that he does. I mean, they weren't anywhere near him on that possession.
The Heat leading by 9.
How about Kyle Lowry quietly becoming an elite point guard after starting his career backing up Mike Conley in Memphis? He's really emerged as an all-star caliber floor general, playing awfully well. Well, I'll tell you what, they are dialed in offensively, guys. I think they look really well prepared for this game.
And they've rode that early hot streak to a big lead here in the first.
Ross passes to Kleza. Fades and shoots. Another shot. Blocked. It's 2-on-1. Deng kicks to Red. Now here is Lowry. He's guarded closely. And Michael Red gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And when you talk about Kyle Lowry, such a well-rounded player, he gives you points, and Clark, he gives you assists and rebounds. He gives you steals.
Yeah, he's a nightly triple-double threat waiting to happen, Kevin. I mean, underrated as a player, tenacious, and if there's ever a guy that epitomized cock diesel, it's Kyle Lowry.
Vicious to Chalmers. There's the pass to Pat. Feeds to Red from outside the arc, and the Heat another three.
Well, he's got such a natural ability to find the open spot on the floor to shoot from. He's got that quick release that's just so effective.
And Steve, his ability to be a spot-up shooter helps spread the floor for the offense and kind of gives him the element of being what I would call maybe an escape valve, a guy you can rely on to get you out of jam.
Patterson, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. Ross kicks to Lowry. Offensive rebound. Pass to Fields. Lowry. He kicks it to Fields. He feeds it to Patterson. Over Anderson. Connects on the 9-footer. Patterson's got 6.
Both sides really coming out of the gate firing here.
Guys, they look like they were raring to go in this one. A lot of offense early on.
Now Lowry. 5 points in the game. It's Lowry again missing. And a double-digit lead on the scoreboard as we end the first quarter of play.
19.
Heat lead by 10.
29.
We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto.
This Monday night, the Dallas Mavericks take on the Atlanta Hawks. Make sure to catch it.
And welcome back as we continue our St. Paddy's Day broadcast. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Heat?
I was impressed with their transition game, guys. They really got out and ran the lanes.
Yeah, they did. I mean, no better way to get easy buckets than through fast breaks.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Heat, Deng out there with Beasley. Then it's Geiger. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's back in at the 1. And it's Petrus missing.
Not the best shot. Long range and with a defender right in his space.
And defensively, that's the kind of work he's known for. I mean, he loves to lock you up.
And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Stolen away. Here's Deng. The shot no good. Now Toronto takes it the other way. Vasquez dishes to Johnson. Beasley with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Pulls up on the wing. Pack, that's good. Pack's got his second bucket.
And another quick strike for them. No question which team is running the fast break better here today.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been lethal in transition, Steve. It's one of the reasons they're out in front.
Raptors moving the ball around. The offensive rebound. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Second chance shot. The shot is off. Excellent D there from Beasley. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Back passes to Wade. Double team on Wade, and it's blocked. And now Luka's pushing it up, and no one back to stop him. Gets it to go.
That's grace over power, guys. That finger roll gets him 2 points. Impressive stuff.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game.
Stretching back to the break, here's how the Raptors have performed. 12th in blocks, 13th in free throw percentage. And as far as team rebounding numbers, not a strong suit for this year. Top 20 in the league is all.
And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Here's Smooth. He passes to Nick Roberts. Miami no good on that time either. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
And Spates backing in. Lowry from outside. Gets it to go. Lowry's got 8 points. The Heat leading by 9.
And guys, when I look at Maurice Spates out of Florida, I think he's got a lot of potential. Good rebounder, nice touch from the inside and out. It's just a matter of the energy and the effort that he puts forth each night.
Lowry kicks to Fields. Spates sets a screen. Three-pointer gets it to go. He has 5.
They're absolutely stroking it from outside. I mean, textbook perfect. Good balance, nice high release, splash.
You know, talking about Spates, a talented player taken in the lottery back in 2008. Clark, what's the next step for him, you think?
Well, clearly the talent is there, Kevin. I think he's got a nice face-up jump shot out to about 17 feet. He's working defensively to get better. He's got to continue to grow in his understanding of the game. And then I think he's got to embrace being a guy who makes hustle plays and not look at those as something for somebody else to do. If he does those things, then he'll be a strong player for a long time.
Lowry kicks to Fields. Up top, Spates. Outside Lowry. 6 to shoot. That's tipped. And stolen by Chalmers. Here's Smooth. Top of the key. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 3rd rebound on the night. To the middle. Here's Ross. Rises up and throws it down.
All business there, not messing around one bit. Flushed it right with one hand.
He never does, Clark. He never does.
Well, that's kind of his trademark, those slams like that one.
Did you see that?
Oh, we got to see that one again, guys. We got to see that again.
I need a replay. I'm not sure what I just looked at.
Raptors trail by 13, and the Raptors call time here.
They've been committing a lot of turnovers, and I imagine that's exactly what they're talking about right now. They need to tighten it up.
And here are the teams that have been on fire from the three-point line ever since the All-Star break. In 4th, the Heat.
This team seems to have gotten better shooting the ball as the season has gone on. I just think they're in a great offensive groove right now.
And the Raptors with some changes. Steamsma checked in for Spates. Linus Kleza subbed in for Patrick Patterson. The Heat also changing it up. Chris Anderson is checked in for Josh McRoberts. Haslam comes in for Smooth. And Pack subbed in for Chris Bosh. Pack passes to Chalmers. The rebound by Fields.
All the defender had to do there was just stay close to him, and he did.
And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time.
First personal foul.
That's his first foul.
Team foul.
And here's Lowry. He's got 8. The feed to Fields. Shot clock at 6. Big shot on the way. They get it back. A second chance effort. And that one's good. 9 points now for Terrence Ross.
Well, after a slow first quarter, he's starting to pick it up a bit here.
There's the screen. Here's Pat. And a great job by the D contesting that shot and forcing the miss. Ross dishes to Fields. And the lead is down inside single digits.
And you can see the strategy has been to take the ball inside here.
That's where you get high percentage looks and draw fouls, Steve, and it's a good way to play.
Pass to back to Red. Good on the triple. Reds got 8. Raptors trail by 12. Lowry with the ball, averaging 16 points a game. And Fields kicks to Lowry. It's hauled in by the Heat. Pax got his 3rd rebound tonight. Got a piece of it. And now it's Lowry running. Here we go. All the way if he can. The Heat leading by 10. To the paint. Hack. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And for a point guard, you love LUV, that finish. Wow.
Yeah, he's really been able to get off his feet and sky. Something to watch.
Incredible athleticism, both laterally and vertically.
Here's Kleza. Steamsma pass to Kleza. He's again. Gets it to go.
It's been a little too easy for them inside, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so, Steve. I mean, they've really dictated the action in the paint. That's been their focus, and the defense hasn't mounted much resistance at all.
They get it back. Chalmers dishes to Red. There's the dish to Haslam. The pass to Pack. He dishes it to Haslam. And they're pushing it up. Ross kicks to Fields. That's good.
Boy, after having a tough time in the first, he's managed to turn it around nicely this quarter.
The Heat have gone 8 of 16 from the field in the second quarter. A nice, efficient 50%. Passes to Pack.
And a 2-for-1 opportunity.
Yeah, they've got to hurry. Step on the gas here.
I like that foul. You don't want to give up an easy 2 in transition.
No, you don't want to give up a layup. Make him earn them from the stripe, and maybe you get a break and he makes only one of the free throws or misses them both.
The Raptors shooting their first free throws of the game.
And, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Spates checked in for Steamsma. Patterson comes in for Linus Kleza. Michael Petrus is checked in for Ross. And it's Vasquez in for Kyle Lowry. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Wade. Drains the 19-footer. Wade's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, that's been nice, efficient work, guys, that he's been doing. I mean, we haven't seen him take many bad shots, and that's the sign of a mature, poised player.
Vasquez kicks to Patterson. Here's Spates. And their work on the board pays off with the second chance points. Spates has got 6 points. Here's Wade. Kicks to Chalmers. Beyond the arc. The shot's good on the assist by Wade. And so we wrap up the first half. Heat out front. They're up by 9.
43.
And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Happy St. Patrick's Day from all of us here at 2K Sports. Let's see who had the luck of the Irish in the first half. Miami up on top against the Raptors at Air Canada Center. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. For Dwayne Wade, things are going way too easy against Toronto. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And for Toronto, they've been battling. An excellent job of getting into the paint, piling up those second chance points. Terrence Ross playing great through 2 quarters. He's up to 9 points, and his two-way play has been good. Very active on the defensive side of the floor, bothering shots and bringing that energy all over the court. Starting things off with a look at games on tap for later. The Bucks playing at Bradley Center as they go up against the Magic. And one game also on the docket. It'll be the Hawks against the Nets in Brooklyn. 8 p.m. Eastern, that one gets started. And here's a look at the other NBA action from around the league. The Oklahoma City Thunder will go up against the Mavericks out in Dallas. Some Western Conference action in that one. That one gets going 6:30 p.m. Eastern. That'll be all for us here at the studios as we head back to the start of the third quarter with Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris. Thanks so much for joining us.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
We've seen D-Wade getting it done. 16 points, and he's chalked up a couple of steals, too.
The defense he's played today has had an effect, Clark, even more than those 2 steals would indicate.
The Heat leading by 9. Lowry and Fields are at the 1 and 2. Patrick Patterson is out there with Michael Pietrus, and it's Spates in at the center, filling out the middle. It's the 5 out there for the Raptors. And the basket by Wade.
And he's a go-to scorer for a reason, Kevin. He's aggressive, can adapt to what the defense is doing. You can put your best defender on him. It doesn't matter. Wade will still find ways to get to the basket.
Yeah, he's able to make acrobatic finishes and shots that you just can't believe he does. I mean, it takes your breath away, Steve. It's a hard shot, an impossible shot for most players, but for him, it almost seems par for the course.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside. You know, when you look at Kyle Lowry, he's just barely 6 feet tall, but he is feisty and furious. I mean, he's a mighty mini at the point guard position. I think he's kind of pit bull-like, quite honestly.
Here's Bosch, and the Heat, another 3.
And how much do you love to see the big fella knocking down that 3 there, guys?
Lowry passes to Fields. Dishes it to Pietrus. And the 3 off target. Going back to Lowry, who's out of Villanova, a Philly guy for that matter, and that might account for maybe some of that grittiness, Steve, that Clark was just talking about.
Yeah, he's very physical. You know, not the biggest guy, but he's strong. He takes charges. He's a good defender. He's also really a good rebounder for a player his size. Dwayne Wade, maybe the league's best penetrator and finisher from that guard role. Double team, triple team, it doesn't matter. He just goes through your entire team and finds a way to finish at the rim.
And so he makes both from the line.
And guys, the other thing to me that sets D-Wade apart as a penetrator and scorer is that even though he can beat multiple defenders, he typically always has his head up. He's seeing what's in front of him. And he's excellent at finding teammates and setting them up for shots as well as getting his own.
Chalmers dishes to Wade. And stolen by Spates. Here's Pietrus. It's hauled in by the Heat. Down low. Here's Del Rosario. Here's Bosch. And he throws it down with one hand.
Simply said, a tremendous rebound and a tremendous dunk. T-square.
He was a man possessed right there, Clark.
Yep, that's the kind of energy that you always get from him night after night.
Toronto calls timeout.
Well, he sees something that he doesn't like. I'm not sure what it is, but I think he's going to make some changes here.
I think you've got to make your adjustments pretty quickly like he's doing here. Otherwise, you know, things can get out of hand. So this is a good timeout.
Feeds to Pietrus. Wide open. Jump shot is good. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. And Chalmers kicks to Bosch. Over Pietrus. And Bosch gets it to go on the assist by Chalmers. Chalmers has got 6 assists in the game. Pass to Fields. He feeds it to Pietrus. Trains it from beyond the arc. Pietrus has got 5 points now this quarter.
Big mistake not having more defensive pressure on him out there.
The Heat leading by 7. Wade up top. Fields.
Oh! How about that basketball, man?
Beautiful.
Wow. Man, oh man, finishing with flavor.
Yeah, he put something extra on that one. You're right.
And the bench going wild, guys. They love it. What an amazing dunk.
Patterson. Outside for Lowry. Back to Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Patterson's got 12 points in the game. Here's Smooth from the arc. Toronto grabs the miss. Fields has got 3 rebounds now in this one. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. The Heat have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Chalmers passes to Bosch. Chalmers guarded by Spates. Chalmers' shot is no good. Raptors trail by 7. Alley-oop pass. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
At the line for your Raptors.
And here is our 2K leaderboard. These teams have been on fire over the course of the past 10 games. Number 1, the Heat.
Well, the thing I like is they're getting good shots every time down the floor, and it's due to their unselfishness as a team.
He misses the free throw. A new group in now for the Raptors. Williams, he's checked in for Spates. Johnson comes in for Patrick Patterson. Vasquez, he's checked in for Michael Petrus. And John Lucas is subbed in for Kyle Lowry. Now the pass to Pat. Good ball movement here by the Heat. On its way from Beasley for 2. Miami no good on that time either. Lucas dishes to Vasquez. Lucas gives him the lead pass. The finger roll finish at the bucket. Lucas has got his second bucket of the game to go.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim. Come on now, you got to pay better attention than that on a shooter like him. He'll make that 10 times out of 10.
Stripped it away. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. A finish. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
Boy, they were not wasting any time on that fast break.
Well, when it starts with the turnover, that's the best time to get out and run. You can beat the defense down the floor that way.
Here's Williams. He kicks to Lucas. Now the feed to Fields. Johnson. That's good.
Well, he brings a lot to the table, Kevin, that's for sure. And what I look to really is his pursuit of the ball. And he gets you so many second chance opportunities because he anticipates so well, and he plays with a kind of a fearless aggressiveness.
And I'll tell you what else. When it comes to blocking shots, he doesn't just block them. I mean, he rejects them with force. He's a powerful presence down low, no doubt.
Yeah, no mistakes on the offensive execution there.
Deng can't get it to go.
As great as they've been on the board so far, they just haven't found a way to get out on top.
Yeah, but if they continue to rebound, they can put together a little run here and cut into this lead.
Fields against Deng. Pulls up on the elbow. The dish to Vasquez. There's the triple. Beasley with the rebound. The Heat leading by 6. Hack. Shot denied. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here.
And stretching back to the break, here's how the Heat have performed. First in field goal percentage. First in free throw shooting. And they're also ranked number 1 in taking care of the ball. Not many turnovers. They value possessions like no other.
And the shooting is really what stands out to me. This is a team that does such a good job of finding open looks. They're unselfish. They work offensively to create good shots. And when they do that and they're on their game, they're tough to beat. The thing you like about Amir Johnson is just how bouncy he is for a big man. Still very young. Like, amazing that he's going into his 8th season in the league. Still just 25 years of age.
Goes back up. Offensive rebound. He dishes it to Beasley. Sinks the triple. Beasley's got himself on the board with 3 there. Raptors trail by 7.
And guys, of course, Amir Johnson is one of those holdovers from the days of drafting kids right out of high school. I like the fact that he continues to improve. He's adding range to his jump shot. He's getting more consistent at the foul line and still has an awful lot of untapped potential in his game.
Passes it to McRoberts. Shoots over Lucas. McRoberts misses.
Well, they'll give him that shot. He doesn't have the most reliable jump shot in the world. We know that.
Vasquez can't get it to go. The Heat leading by 7. 15 seconds left in the third. Back to Beasley. Over Williams. Beasley can't get that one to fall.
and no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, they can't make that mistake twice.
Well, points coming in bunches as we wrap up the third quarter. It's been a good one. Heat lead by 7. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break.
Coming up this Friday, the Utah Jazz go up against the San Antonio Spurs. Live from San Antonio, Hoops Action.
So as we get rolling here in the fourth quarter, let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, for our Sprite Uncontainable Game. Doris?
Kev, as you might have guessed, the uncontainable game today goes to the Miami Heat. Some games a team can catch all the breaks, and they have made the most of everything that's been given to them. Great effort so far, guys.
Thanks, Doris. Here's Lowry. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth. Mario Chalmers in the electric. D. Wade at the guards. Smooth out there with Geiger. And it's Bosch in at the small forward position. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's his third foul of the game. Ross kicks to Patterson. Great touch on the 16-footer. Patterson's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Raptors. So it's Miami now. They've led by as many as 14 points.
Hammer time! Hammer time! He's definitely showing some real sweet dunking skills here.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, what a play.
Yeah, that was spectacular.
Shooting for Miami.
That free throw good from Wade. Raptors trail by 8. Patterson a screen on Chalmers. Lowry kicks to Patterson. Spades the pass to Lowry. Patterson setting the pick for Lowry. And Spades with the basket on the assist by Lowry.
Not much resistance for him after that pick, Kevin. I mean, he had all sorts of space to hit the shot.
The Heat leading by 6. Wade outside. That's good, and so Chalmers with the assist. Chalmers has got his 7th assist in the game. The Heat making a switch here. Beasley's checked in. That free throw good from Wade. About a minute played here in the fourth quarter. Lowry against Chalmers. Kicks to Petrus. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
Wade outside. He passes to Bosch. Here's Smooth for 3. No good.
That's exactly how you win the rebound battle. Get good position and then use your strength to hold on to that position.
Now here's Chalmers. Trains the three-pointer. Chalmers. And the Heat lead by 9.
And this continues to be a shootout.
Boy, I'm a fan as well as a commentator, and I love this fast-paced action. I mean, it's going back and forth, back and forth.
No good from Spates.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip. No way to mess that one up, Kevin. I mean, he powered it down with both hands.
Not this guy. He is a superb finisher.
Man, he is an absolute force when he gets near the hoop.
Lowry kicks to Ross. Spates with a screen on Wade. Back to Lowry. Patterson. Good luck. And again, no good by Toronto. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Beasley dishes to Chalmers. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Del Rosario. From down in the low post, it goes.
Boy, this is a shooting exhibition, guys. I mean, he's not wasting any of his chances.
Pietrus the pass to Spates. Beasley with the steal. Throws it up high.
Now that's how you execute an alley-oop there, fellas.
And with an exclamation point, too, on the finish, throwing it down hard.
What a terrific play on both ends.
So it's Toronto now. Down by 15. Lowry kicks to Ross. Patterson. Lowry drives in. Sweet little floater.
Man, he shows us he knows how to finish with a flourish.
The Heat have gotten it done so far from the field here in the fourth. Going 6 for 7. Wade can't hit.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense. Who's mad?
Beasley outside. Here's Del Rosario. That is good. Smooth's got 8 points in the quarter. Raptors trail by 15. Dishes to Spates. That falls nicely that time from Kyle Lowry.
No question about it, guys. He's been one of their best performers today.
The Heat have gone 7 of 9 from the field down the stretch here in the fourth quarter. Terrific shooting.
When you do moves like that and you miss, you know you're going to hear it from your coaches and your teammates.
Feeds it to Ross.
I got ball.
Back to Lowry. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession.
Heat ball.
Look now at the Raptors' upcoming schedule. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. And the Raptors making a change here. Fields checked in. The Heat also with a sub. Pax checked in for Michael Beasley. The Heat leading by 13. Here's Pat. Here, Del Rosario hands the shot from the wing. Smooth's got 21.
Boy, they just cannot figure out a way to stop this guy this quarter, Kevin.
Pass to Fields. Spates sets a screen. Off the screen. Fields' shot is good.
And defensively, remember, you got to fight through screens to avoid giving up open looks.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Steve. And the defense has to go over the top of that screen. I think that's how they get it done.
Back to Wade. Over Pietrus. And the basket by Wade. Wade's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, you see the contrast here offensively. They're really starting to make that mid-range shot.
Yeah, and I love it. You know, just finding the gap and looking for a little airspace, a little room to get the shot off. They're doing a nice job.
Toronto calls timeout.
Dwayne Wade's one of the most versatile scorers in the NBA. We know that. I mean, his ability to score off the bounce, post up, get to the free throw line, score in transition. He's just so strong, and then he adds that great footwork to go along with it. Impossible to stop completely, that's for sure.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Guys, over that break, I was able to catch the message the Raptors coach was giving to his team. No surprise, really. The turnover situation was the focus. He told them, listen, we're giving it away, guys. We've got to protect the ball, play within ourselves, and get quality shots. Kevin?
And Wade, never considered really an elite shooter, but as a slasher, I think, arguably. Clark, he might be the best in the league at that.
Yeah, that's not even debatable. He clearly is one of the elite slashers, not only now, but in the history of the game. And he perhaps is one of the best bank shooters off the dribble that we've seen. His agility and ability to get past defenders. He's got an eel-like quality to him to add to that athleticism, which makes him unbelievable to watch when he's got it going.
Off target with his three. Raptors trail by 17. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
I tell you what, wandering aimlessly out of bounds like that might earn him a ticket to the bench.
Both teams will make substitutions. The Heat shooting has been beyond great up until now. How about 57% from the field overall? Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Heat lead by 20.
Tell you what, they haven't exactly been shy about letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
You know, Steve, if you have the lead, you can afford to be a little comfortable with the three-point shot. You just don't want to fall too much in love with it.
The Heat leading by 18. Here's Pack. He feeds it to Red. The three. And the Heat, another three.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
And there's the pass to Kleza.
Set up!
He kicks to Johnson. The feed now to Kleza. Poked away. Pocket 6. That's good.
Now, they probably needed more of this earlier, guys. I don't think there's enough time left to get back into the game.
Guys, this is really a case of too little too late, but at least it gives them something to work off of going into the next game.
Here's Lucas. And there are the Raptors with another bucket. Miami's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc since the final quarter's gotten underway. Can't get it to go. Here's Vasquez. And it's Miami with the rebound. Now Red. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Dwayne Wade.